Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I am back for another Wednesday comic book review. And I hope that if you're watching this, you're also watching my Saturday videos because August for me is Avengers month. And since I'm doing Avengers month, I decided that I would be reviewing Avengers comic books. Now, this is a five-part series, five parts. And I know there's only 4 Wednesdays, so I'm going to be doing 5 Wednesdays of this. This is Avengers comic book, guest starring the Amazing Spider-Man. So, let's get into it. This is Avengers 314 in 1990, guest starring the Amazing Spider-Man. As we open up to the title, Along Came a Spider, we see Iron Man is just showing up to see the destruction site on a temporary Avengers HQ. This is following the Acts of Vengeance storyline. As Iron Man touches down, he said that Captain America had radioed that the Wizard and the Mandarin had attacked them. We see Thor and Vision doing some cleanup with a large cleanup crew and Captain America talking to a contractor. Iron Man sits down and joins the conversation with Captain America and the contractor. As the contractor is playing, they need blasting rights to do some more work underground. Iron Man steps in, takes over, and Captain America wonders who this new Iron Man is, since the old Iron Man was supposed to have died in the armor. Thor, taking a whole bunch of debris that's been all wrapped up, asks where to take it, and he's told to take it to a government junkyard site in Jersey. Thor flies off. Iron Man goes back to talking to the contractor. Captain America, still curious about who's in the armor, lets Iron Man know that he needs to go take off and talk to someone. And Iron Man continues with what he's doing with the contractor. John Jameson, piloting a mini Quinjet for Captain America, takes him to the apartment as what we find out is Cersei's. She is in her apartment setting up for Christmas. Captain America says that as an Eternal, we didn't think you celebrated Christmas. And she said that she did, but not in the way that he does. She tries to get Captain America into an embrace, and he says, I'm not here for pleasure. I have a proposition for you. And then we see Thor flying high in the sky, lost in his own thoughts about the recent storyline of the Acts of Vengeance and how his brother was in charge of it. Then suddenly he's afflicted by, well, we don't know yet, and he drops the debris. As he goes after it, he yells for the people to flee. After he chases after the ball, he's not quite sure what to do to stop it. He says that if he were to smash it open, the debris could still kill someone. As it gets closer to the people below, it suddenly swings mysteriously and miraculously out of the way. Thor, puzzled by the sudden change in trajectory, still sits down and does what an Avenger is supposed to. The debris field, now flying in a totally different direction, is still a danger. Thor throws his hammer, which gets lodged into the debris field. As he chases after the giant ball of garbage, it mysteriously starts to change direction, and instead of going forward, it starts to come back at him. The ball of trash and his hammer come back to him, and he catches it and lays the ball of trash down onto the ground safely after he gets his hammer out, trying to ascertain everything that had just happened. Thor calls out to Spider-Man and says, show yourself, I know you're here. Spider-Man swings down and says, I had to help you out, but this wasn't the only thing making my spider senses go full tilt. And he said his spider sense went whim wham, something awful. Thor says, then I know that you aren't the only person to experience what I just did. Come with me. We need to go to the Avengers headquarters. And Spider-Man goes, I'm not an Avenger. Hello? We cut over to Cersei and Captain America as they're both getting back on their feet, realizing that if they're superhuman and this has affected them, how would it affect normal people? They come over to the mini Quinjet, and John Jameson is catching his bearings. So Captain America takes the stick and flies them back to the rest of the Avengers after Cersei says, I will join you as an Avenger for now. We see Vision and Iron Man helping up the contractors who have been leveled to their feet. Iron Man says if it wasn't for his suit, this strange disturbance would have left him weak as a kitten, and he can see that Vision is staggered and wonders what in the world could have staggered an android. As they're talking about what just happened and what's going on around them, the mini Quinjet follows, and Captain America pops out and asks Iron Man if he knows what's going on. Cersei says that she senses something powerful and insidious. We go over to a lab where a blonde lady is yelling at a scientist at what just happened. And then she reveals herself that she is Nebula. And she radios to a mothership where an alien named Gunther is at the controls. And he was just laid out by what happened also. The alien Gunther reveals that just a fraction of the power of the machine in the lab that she's at was enough to make the universe bleak out of existence, and she wonders if she has finally stumbled on the power that she has searched for so long. Star Fox, and not that Star Fox, is hiding out on the ship and says, it mentions his grandniece Nebula, which shows that he's related to her. She says that she is seeking out the power that his brother Thanos once possessed. The alien Gunther says that even with the universe blinking out for existence, he shouldn't be affected. We don't know who he is yet. Captain America is talking to some of the other Avengers on the West Coast where they said that they have also been affected by this. Cersei, touching the minds of the world, says that everyone was affected by this. They offer some speculations, but nobody has any real clue of what just happened. The Avengers can do nothing less than contemplate what happened since they have no hard evidence. Nebula starts to berate the scientists on why have they stopped working on the project when she's so close to ultimate power. They said that the flux, the universe blinking out of existence, was not what they expected. And they said, look, we need to proceed with caution because this could be more dangerous. She says that one must not speak to the granddaughter of Thanos in such a manner, and the two scientists wonder, is she really supposed to be a part of this, or is she really just plain nuts? Star Fox, not wishing to stand idly by anymore, approaches the alien Gunther. As Gunther turns to the sound, he says, Eros, and Star Fox says, while I'm on the planet Earth, I prefer to go by Star Fox. He uses his powers of feeling and persuasion to knock the alien unconscious and proceeds to radio the Avengers. Just as Jarvis hears the transmission, an alien clad in what appears to be blue armor comes up from behind and knocks Eros, or Star Fox, unconscious. As the Avengers walk back in and Captain America mentioned that he has just spoke to Quasar about the cosmic disturbance because he's an expert in cosmic things, Jarvis tells them that Star Fox has contacted them. Cersei, noticing the name, asks an Eternal like me, and we find out that the Eternals of Titan and the Eternals on Earth are distant cousins. Captain America says that they can use the communication system to track back on them. Iron Man says, I can pinpoint the location. He gets it. Him and Vision run off to track the signal in better. Spider-Man and Thor show up at the same time, and they say, we should go talk to Captain America and let him know that we're here. Just then, a flash happens again, and they're all affected by it. Another blast hits them and falls and knocks them down. Another blast again hits them. Captain America quickly says to Cersei, our instruments are useless. They can't tell us what's going on. Can you use your shield powers to shield all of us? And Cersei says that since she is an Eternal and she can control every molecule in her body, she attempts to shield them from the effects of this flux, as we've known to call it. The flux starts to happen again, and Cersei uses her powers to push a shield outward, exclaiming who she is and what her name is, as somebody who is pushing really hard always does. Pushing her powers to the limit, she does extend the shield to protect them all, but the strain makes her fall over. Captain America catches her, and she starts to flirt with Captain America, saying, I like being in your embrace. And then Spider-Man says, take a look at the view screen. There's something seems to be absolutely wrong. Now, in this last scene, we're not sure who is talking, but it's probably Spider-Man, since he was the last one saying something, exclaims, what the heck happened to the rest of the universe? Needless to say, To be continued. Well, if you like this part 1 of 5, go ahead and hit that like button to click. If you want to support what I'm doing here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then watch the rest of my videos. If you have a comment and you'd like to comment on what you just saw, you can go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. So, what has happened to the rest of the universe? How big a threat is Nebula? Who was this mysterious he that they referred to? And will they team up with Quasar and Star Fox in this adventure? You're going to have to stay tuned to answer these questions. And next week I will present part 2. If part one intrigued you, then number 2 is going to get you too. So be here next week for that. And until then, I'll see you.